Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tea Time. Not brought to you by Arizona Iced Tea, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea. I got the boys here. I got Nikki Hanz. We just had a fantastic fucking podcast. And believe it or not, we had someone just pull up, a return guest, Mr. Caleb. Welcome to Tea Time.
What's up?
Welcome back to being here. We all have our Arizonas here. I will be drinking an Arizona strawberry kiwi. Okay, I felt a little bit sweet today. This is a very sweet flavor. Okay, Nick, what will you be drinking today?
I requested the black and white iced tea, the ginseng and honey. Kevin put me onto this. I'm excited to try it. He raves about it, so I'm excited to see what this tastes like.
Great flavor. Caleb, what will you be having today?
Mucho mango, man. You already know. We got the antioxidants in here. Vitamin C fortified.
Yo, do you even know what antioxidant means? Because I don't.
Honestly,
I'm gonna be honest with
on
you.
the can it kind of says antiox. Kind of confused me a little bit, but man, I feel a little extra healthy while I get these calories. You know what
Anything that says anti on it, it's got to be healthy for
I mean?
you, right?
Healthy,
So
yeah,
fuck it.
healthy some type of way.
Antioxidants. Let's crack them open, boys. Let's get our first sip here. Nick, this is your first time having a black and white, so hope you enjoy it. You guys hear that shit?
Yeah, that sounds
I love
fire.
that sound.
Are we getting a little?
Who's over there doing ASMR? Is it you, Caleb? Yo,
You get a little ASMR.
that was you
go
doing
ahead,
ASMR.
Kev.
All right. Strawberry kiwi, great flavor. Love it. Very sweet. If you haven't had it, try it out. Nick, what do you think about the black and white?
I like it. It's light. It's not too sweet.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bland, but it's got a good crisp taste. Yeah, I like it.
Mucho mango, man. You cannot, like I said, I remember days 80 degrees outside, Brooklyn, New York. You know what I mean? We're playing football. We're going like 3-4 games deep. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mucho mango. Take a big swig of this. Like you said, a big swift of this shit.
ASMR in the process, and
We're
you're good to go. And
You know
actually,
what I mean?
Arizona is
Hydrated.
from Brooklyn, so that's kind of crazy. If people didn't know that Arizona is from Brooklyn, and also another Arizona fun fact, I don't know if you knew this, Mike, I did send you a message earlier, and I said Arizona, and I spelled it capital A-R-I. It's a capital Z. It is a capital Z. That's how you know if you're talking about Arizona iced tea. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Oh no, I didn't know
but
that.
that is
Whoa.
what they're notice the Z's in the cans. They're all big.
I thought they were based out of Arizona.
No, they're not. They're
It's
based out of
not?
Brooklyn. Yeah.
Wow.
No, they're based out of Brooklyn.
I got another fun fact for you guys.
So it's Arizona?
Arizona. You see these little things on top? These little tabs?
Yeah.
My Uncle Roy invented these.
I don't believe that.
Bro,
these things right
that's
here?
what I've heard since I was little. From my roots, my Uncle Roy invented these. And everybody laughed at him when he pitched the idea. I swear to God.
All right. I'm gonna need the file.
I mean, I'm trying to believe my
So
family.
how are they opening? How are they opening cans before this little piece right here?
they just jab it.
They're just jabbing that thing,
Yeah,
right?
it's like bottles, like the Coca-Cola bottles. Bottle
That's
openers,
wild. That's
right?
actually.
And then the
Look at
twist
Mike.
cap
He's
came out.
What'd you say?
Mike's like, you guys see Mike's face right now.
Oh no. It's funny. We're not even spaced out. We just had a couple shots. But hey, so yeah, welcome to Tea Time, and I'm happy that we're having this tea time. As a matter of fact, I'm always happy for tea time, but this one's actually pretty cool because Caleb just joined, and Caleb and I we spoke earlier this week, saying like, yo, what up? Coming around? Yeah, I'll be around town. Oh, come on through. And this was something that I just kind of wanted to run by you and just be like, oh, you want to chime in? And you being high energy, high tempo, high paced, you were like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, of course.
You're
I
like-
love the creation. I love the creatives, man.
Thank you, man. So I'm happy to have you here, and let's just dive right into it. There are a few topics that we got going on here. One of them that I like to think of, these tea time is basically just like my inner thoughts, but as well as your inner thoughts. Maybe something that, you get someone to think about, and maybe controversial. I'm not afraid to talk about controversial shit. It is what it is. But one of the things that I like to do, and something I find myself doing often, is taking a step back and just like sitting there and thinking, like literally with my legs crossed, arms crossed, just chilling, just this is life right now. Like, this is what I'm doing right now. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I am experiencing right now at the age of 24, at the age of 25. It's often that I do that. How often do you guys sit back and reflect? And when do you guys find yourself sitting back and reflecting? Is there like a certain thing that's consistent every time where you're like, damn, is this life right now? Or do you just go through it and just let life pass you by?
For me, I think it's probably, I guess in my most serene states, like if I'm like driving in my car and I'm alone and I hear like a song from like way back in the day or something like that, it's like, wow, like I'll reminisce a little bit. It'll be like that little that hit of nostalgia, and I'll be like, wow, like how did I get from there to here? You know, either that or like if I'm at the gym or something like that, and I'm just my headphones are in, I'm
in
at
the zone.
peace. Yeah, I'm in the zone.
In the zone. Yeah, I think that's the answer to your question, bro. Just in the zone. Like I get that zone when I'm at work. You know what I mean? I'm painting and I finish a good area of my work, and I look back and I'm proud of that. You know what I mean? And then you keep on going. Then that zone is timeless. You know.
That's interesting. That's very interesting because I find myself sitting back and thinking about that in my leisure moments.
Yeah.
Not so much when I'm focused or locked
action,
in like you guys.
Yeah.
You
Everybody's different.
Mm-hmm. I find it just like, yo, like this is life right now. Like this is what I'm doing. It's fucking Saturday. I'm outside smoking a joint, drinking a beer in downtown Scranton. This is what I'm doing. This is my life right now. At the age of 24, at the age of 25, wherever the fuck I'm at, you know, This is what I'm doing right now. And it's kind of crazy to think that there is no plan. There is no way to know that this is where we were going to be.
Right.
But I like to really take that step back and digest that moment and be like, yo, this is really what I'm experiencing right now. And I think it's great. You know, I think it's great. And the reason I bring that up is because I had one of those epiphanies. I call them this is life right now epiphany. I think everyone should really do this. But I had one of those, and I posted it on my Snapchat, and I was talking about I'm a big advocate for space, as you can see. Like, I mean, I'm not
that stuff is dope.
Thank you. Like, I enjoy seeing what's out there. I want to learn what's out there. But at the same time, and I talk a big game, I always say, like, yo, if someone were like, yo, you want to pull up and go to Moon for free? Like, you could pull up overnight, have a sleepover?
Right.
I'd be like, fuck yeah, 100%. You know, I talk a big game that is what I want to do, right? But then recently I read an article, right? As we all know that there are financially more powerful people on this planet who can take trips to space willy-nilly like a day trip. So I read an article about one of those wealthy people going up to space and their experience and what they thought, you know. And it was William Shatner, as a matter of fact. Okay, William Shatner. Yeah, he's old as fuck. You know who he is?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And I believe Penny from The Big Bang Theory, the blonde lady, her father is William Shatner. I'm almost positive.
That's crazy. If that's
I
true.
mean, maybe the viewers could look that up.
He said he's
gonna look it up
right now.
I'm almost positive.
Just type in William Shatner's daughter.
You guys want me to look it up?
Yeah, I mean, you grab the phone. I think you're on it.
I put my B-reel on your on the podcast, so you know I put your podcast on the B-reel, so like everybody's like, whoa.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but okay. So anyway, back to this story real quick about William Shatner. So like William Shatner, he went up there, right? And he was like, he was excited, just how I would feel. Very excited, very engaged, ready to go up there and have a good time. And just see what's out there other than this planet. But he described it as very lonely, cold, dark. And I was like, nah, I could believe that.
This guy.
Yeah. That guy.
Yeah, that's William Shatner.
Okay.
Yeah. Does he have a daughter?
Who that is?
Does he have a daughter? Oh, it's a theory, so it's not true. Maybe William Shatner was a pimp. Maybe next Tea Time's topic will be
Does he
about
have a
William
daughter?
Shat.
Siblings, children. Yeah, he has a couple daughters.
I don't know.
Mulaney Shatner
Is that her from The Big Bang?
from The Big Bang.
No. Okay. Well, I don't think that's her, but fuck William Shatner. We're not here to talk about that right now. We're here.
He said, "Fuck William Shatner."
Yeah, we're here. We're here to talk about. Right. You go up there, you think it's gonna be a beautiful world, and then in all reality, you get up there and it's fucking dark, cold, and empty. You know, and it's like you start to think about, oh shit, maybe because we're so driven as human beings to go forward and be somewhere else, right? That we don't realize what we have. And I think William Shatner in that moment realized that, oh shit, your comfort is this planet. Mm-hmm. Our comfort, the way we were raised was on this planet, right? Where'd you come from? The ocean? Another planet? But either way, you were still on this planet, right? You know, like this is our home. This is what we know. That's why when you go to space, I think although I speak a big game saying like, fuck yeah, I'll go, I really do think that I would experience that same feeling as in, it is lonely, it is empty, it is dark.
I think that a lot of the times, like even Steve Jobs says, sometimes you can only connect the dots looking backwards. Like even the things that I've done in life, like you can't always connect the dots looking forward. You could have a plan, but a lot of the times the plan gets fucked up in the process. and then you could only reflect on it and say, okay, I got here. But as far as like going to space and stuff like that, like I feel like we always think as humans like the grass is greener on the other side, but a lot of the times it's fertilized in bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
So, I don't know. What do you think about that?
Wait, so do you guys think like going to space is a good thing? Like, where's everybody stand on that? Because I never really thought about it.
I think you have to own you have to own the space. Yeah, the world is getting more complex.
We don't own the space, bro.
Yeah.
The space
You
owns
want to
us.
own it? You guys seriously think we can own the space? and
No.
we will? What's going
It's
on? Like,
infinite.
what do we all really think aside from the media?
Okay. What do I really think
Let's
about
get 1K
what?
real quick.
Give me a. It's a broad spectrum space. Give me a.
Do you
certain
think
topic.
somebody landed on the moon?
Fuck yeah.
I do too.
Do I believe?
do you
that,
think, Caleb?
Do I believe that the first moon landing was real? Maybe not.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't think the moon landing. I'm not gonna say I think it was fake, but I'm just saying like deep down in all of our hearts, like who really wants to like go up there, and they all make it look like it's such a huge prize. Like, do we really want to hop on that spaceship and get up there?
You
Do
could be a part of history. You
Yeah.
know, that's it's like it's more
What if
so
you
that
get
your
stuck
name.
up there though, like you lose your whole family.
Guess what?
like,
Your
all
name's going down in the history book. Sometimes it's more about the pride for certain people. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
and
I think
and
that's
the
what
accomplishments and the badges. Like those people, like yeah, they do leave their families behind. And some of them may not make it back home. There's been incidents like that. But people who want to go to space, I'll tell you what, I think. Not any sane person wants to go to space. I think everyone will want to go to space, though, when there is a crisis on this planet. When there is no other choice, that is when people will be willing to go up there with no questions asked. They'll line up like sheep and they'll go. Or they'll decide to just stay and die, which is okay.
Yeah, on some Noah's Ark shit.
Yeah, it's like listen, unfortunately, you find people who may not be mobily gifted as we are, or they could use verbiage like us, and you have to think like, would they rather not be here? You know what I mean? Like there's things that people would rather suffer through, like, all right, shitty example, but a true example, 9/11, people jumped rather than getting burned.
Yeah, a lot of people did jump.
So think about the world being in a crisis. Some people will want to take that risk and go up to space, and some people will just accept the fact that we fucked up, and that's how they're gonna end it.
So I think that brings us to like a deeper question right here, right? And I think that question is like, what are we doing like to combat climate change? Like what are we all doing?
Not enough.
Not enough. That's the
Not enough.
answer.
I think there's a lot that's beyond our knowledge too. There's a lot that's
Absolutely.
hidden from us. I mean, a lot of people found out a lot of shit has been hidden from us for a long time.
Well, they just released the JFK files.
Yeah.
The JFK files. There's all these Twitter files going out. You can really see some pretty some things that you shouldn't see as a human. Yeah, these fucking fruit flies. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know what the hell. I don't know where they came from.
We gotta get you.
I gotta get vinegar and soap. I know. Vinegar and soap. They'll fly in and they'll fucking die. So I'm sorry about that. But where was I going? I'm sorry. Damn, just lost my train.
JFK files.
Yeah, JFK files, the Twitter files. There's stuff.
Things that we don't know.
There's
and stuff,
things
man.
that
It's crazy out
our
here.
government has done, bro, that is so fucked up that if you really started looking at it and listening and really realizing that these were facts, like I don't know if you guys knew this, but I know one of the very well-known scientists who has helped us launch into space, one of the first, like he helped create one of the boosters, okay, for one of the first spaceships that actually made it up to the moon. He was a Nazi scientist. He was a Nazi scientist, and they actually, they were like, hey man, like, you're really good at this. You're really good at this rocket stuff. So why don't we cut you a plea? You become an American citizen. They actually have him on Disney Channel. He's on Disney Channel with Mickey Mouse. Yeah. Not being so dead
Really?
ass. Yeah. I heard it from a podcast called the podcast from the left. I think it was called the podcast from the left. But it's a whole project. It's actually a 5-part episode series and something ultra. Fuck. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank, but I'll have to find it again. 48 Ultra, and it basically started because like they thought that the Russians have successfully achieved mind control
No
So-
kidding. Bro, do you know like they were planting like
MK Ultra.
Ooh, I heard
MK
of
Ultra.
that.
That's
It's
the
subliminal
whole
messaging.
project.
I
What's
have
that?
to look that up.
What's that?
Isn't it subliminal messaging?
No, MK
Something
Ultra.
different?
MK Ultra was basically a government funded by the FBI, CIA. They were basically using like people who are forgotten about, such as prisoners, even some of their own scientists. They were giving them like LSD, acid, giving them live lobotomies.
Oh,
to try,
yeah.
to try to figure out how you can successfully mind control someone. Because, like I told you, they believe that one of our biggest enemies at the Cold War with Russia. They believe that they have successfully achieved the mind control. So we were trying to figure out how we could do it for ourselves. But crazy part is, one of the leading scientists in this whole entire fucking experiment, he helped us get to the moon, and he was a Nazi scientist, and he is on Disney Channel with Mickey Mouse because the government was trying to hide that from our eyes. You see, so there's shit out there that happens all the time. You know, so back to the question, the original question, which was, what was it? It was, what do we think the government hides from us?
Nah, well, the original question was initially on space travel.
Yeah.
Like, going up there, and honestly, I think our perspectives have to change at this point, not from running away. Like, if you think about it, Elon Musk, you know, these guys are all cowards, you know? I like how they just sip that drink on sync. That was wild. That was actually crazy.
I felt it.
But yeah, like this is coward shit. Like, come on now. There's so many things that we could do. There's so much money that we could like put into just like taking things away from capitalism. You know what I mean?
The question
I'm
was, are we doing enough for climate change?
Yeah, that's the question. Like, we could take away a lot of things from capitalism. You know what I mean? A lot of factories, a lot of animal agriculture.
But like, I just want to pick your brain on like the Elon Musk. Like, how is he a coward? You were saying?
I would say he's a coward because the planet's dying, right? Essentially, because we like I work for an architecture firm. And we build passive houses, right? So I could talk about this all podcast. Don't let me start talking about I will take your show.
Economical projects. Is that what you mean by passive buildings?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So how's he a coward though?
No, it's not eco though. It's passive house. It's European.
No.
certification.
How is Elon a coward?
Because there's so many different things you can do here.
Okay.
You can build sustainable homes. You could start foundations to create recycling programs and systems and communities. You could do urban planning. You could do so many different things. But no, he wants to take all of the humans and move them to an inhabited place. Like,
okay,
this is fundamentally wrong. Like, we will not survive up there.
Nick, you go ahead and then I'll chime in, but I got an idea.
I know he
Well, I think
he
like,
probably does, but like, I think what he's saying is run to space. No, is that his message?
well, like no, like I feel like there's okay. I mean, I really we're gonna get into.
I guess we have
listen,
to, right?
Yeah,
It's there's a lot of like people that are on the higher spectrum that have a lot of control of the laws and the shit. Like, look at Nancy Pelosi. She put millions of dollars in the tax on. She put millions of dollars in a stock for Tesla, and then put extra tax on people with gasoline in the state of California. But it's like, you know, they could shut down these people that want electric cars. They want to save the planet because of gasoline, this and that. Do you know how much it takes out of the earth to get the lithium to build these batteries for these cars? That does more damage than a gasoline car.
Well, I definitely think I don't know much about electric cars. I know a lot about like solar panels.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because the cars, really and truly, the cars are a huge contributor to fossil fuels.
Yeah, to emissions being burnt up.
Exactly.
100%.
To our emissions footprint. That they're a huge contributor, but they're not the biggest. You know
Carbon
what the biggest
footprint.
is? Animal agriculture, first of all.
I'm sorry, what's that?
Animal agriculture is
Animal
the biggest.
agriculture.
Yeah,
such
so-
as, I don't know what you mean by that.
meats, your chicken, your beef.
Okay.
The way you get this stuff, there's a factory that's running 24 hours right now to get to you.
No, you're right, because you know, I heard that they've been finding pieces of plastic engraved in human DNA.
Yeah,
And it's
so
because that's just like one of those mass things that is inevitable. Everything's wrapped in it. Everything's made of it.
exactly.
You know, but before we get into that, hold on, we're not.
Nah, I'll take you down. Let me finish what I was gonna say.
Okay,
though.
all right.
Let me finish what I was gonna say. So animal agriculture, they got they gotta heat and cool these spaces year round. They gotta, put out a lot of energy to take care of all these spaces. And then, right, you tack on what humans are doing. All four of us in this room, we probably put out 200 BTUs each, which is like 800 BTUs in total. You gotta heat the space for us season round. So this is all the fossil fuels that we're just sticking into these homes, and it's like we're gonna keep on living expensively. And then capitalism is gaining, like, people are getting more stuff. You know what I mean? People are getting bigger houses and faster cars. And that's just, I think that's just like the main, that's just the main thing.
You know what I think? I think, unfortunately, we might be a little bit too late to reverse the effects that we've done so far. With you being an architect, I know a little bit about, BTUs and, HVAC and all that stuff.
You're HVAC
I
guy.
will say that the industry that I'm in now, we are shifting to a much greener way to work, such as working with natural gases, such as propane. It's fucking crazy. We're working with propane.
That's wild. I've
Propane
never
is
heard
so
of that.
efficient. It's unbelievable. It is
Wow.
unbelievable, and it's a natural gas, so you can literally just cut the lines and walk away and not have to worry about it.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing, right? To try to reverse the effects, but unfortunately, I think it's too late. But back to Elon Musk being a coward. Okay, I can't agree with you on that simply because I don't think it's his responsibility in order to get us back in shape. Now, I do think that we can single out capitalism and all these rich motherfuckers who are doing maybe quote unquote pointless things. But I mean, the man, like, he has made Tesla, right? He has done that. I wouldn't say he's a coward. I do say that he's a strange. I say he's a strange fella.
You're not a coward.
He's like, I'm sorry, guy.
I'm sorry, Elon.
I would say he's a strange fella that is doing what he can do, but I don't think it's fair for anyone to try to pin it on him. I think we have to look at everyone as a collective group, and those rip capital guys, right? There was this idea. I remember reading an idea about them setting up a remote. I want to say remote island, but I think the main location as to where it needed to happen would have to been. I don't know if I'm right about this, but it might have been Africa. Okay. And they said that place because they could distribute power. Ideally, it's in the center of the globe. I hope I'm right. I'm not really good with continents. But they would be able to basically make a solar panel field, right? Create a solar panel field. And if all the billionaires invested in that and did that, believe it or not, somehow they believe that solar panel field would be able to power the whole world.
Let me tell you something, Kevin. Let me tell you something right now.
They'll never do it.
Let me tell you something. I
Excuse
worked
me.
for a small architecture firm in New York City, and that lady barely had the funding, bro. This lady came into work at 5 a.m. every morning, 6 a.m. She's sitting there at her desk for 12-hour days trying to build these sustainable homes because she cares. She's not doing it for the money. You know what I mean? I seen her like take jobs that she didn't have to take just so she can, I guess go get them done. You know what I mean? But in the big picture, people aren't looking at it. People aren't pushing for this. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, banks aren't pushing for sustainable.
nobody's pushing for any of that. But this is really where we're gonna have to draw a line. It's gonna be all right. Bet we got 100,000 passive houses in the States now. So now we've cut back. You know how good Europe is doing with it? Emission footprints.
Carbon footprint.
Carbon footprint. Sorry. So.
Sorry, I had to correct you guys. You said it twice. So.
Yes, I mean carbon footprint, emissions footprint is the same thing.
Footprints.
Footprints. It's a whole bunch of footprints.
No, I bet they're doing a lot better, man. And I honestly believe that it's just it's a form of capitalism, and I don't want to say wokeness, but maybe being caring for the future and caring for people here after us.
Listen, what's the name? What's the slogan for the Middleman Podcast?
The people's voice.
The people's voice. So we got to be the people's voice, man. We gotta
See, and I
really,
think
like,
being part of the people's voice, I think one thing I like about Elon Musk is like this whole like cancel culture thing. Like, I think a lot of it is bullshit. Like, I think that the freedom of speech, isn't that what we were founded on?
exactly.
We should be able we're here in Scranton, Pennsylvania. We're able to get on here. We're able to speak to the world.
Yeah.
And whoever, you could be in California. You could be in another country. You could listen to this podcast, right? The freedom of speech it's a beautiful thing. If we don't have our voice, then what do we have? So I like that Elon Musk is trying to put that back out there. Like a lot of people getting canceled and a lot of people going to Facebook jail and this and that because because you know what, the truth hurts, and that's the problem. People don't want the truth to be out there, and a lot of people a lot of people on the top want to shut people out. If it doesn't if their views are skewed.
Shut them out or take them out. It's one or the other. So that's why we got to be careful with what we say.
Yeah, we don't want to get flagged.
Exactly. But listen, gentlemen, it's been a great conversation here.
Tea time. Is it called tea?
Yes, tea time. Yep.
time.
Thank you for joining tea time. I think we had a great conversation here. I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. It was a little bit controversial. I thought things were going to get choppy. I thought things were going to be thrown, but everything was cool, calm, simmer, everything.
Arizona? That's crazy. I did not know. So, Arizona?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
Is her name
capital Z.
Ari?
You learn something new every day.
No, the CEO's name's Don. Don something.
So
Don
who's
with a
Ari?
V.
Who's Ari then?
I don't know.
Maybe his first love.
But yes, thank you everyone for listening to Tea Time. Not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea.
Arizona, yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen, for joining
Hey,
me here.
we'll finish off with a cheers. How about that?
Cheers.
There we go.